which elective you should be choosing for your day two role. A couple of options that you have to choose your day two elective. One is assurance, then you have tax, then you have finance, and fourth, you have performance management.
It's generally recommended that you always select assurance as as your elective for day two role, and there's a couple of reasons behind that. The first reason is the availability of resources. If you go out in the market and look for resources available for the other three electives, it will be a little difficult to find resources for that, or tutors for that, or for that matter, people who would have appeared previously for those electives. The second thing is that in the other electives, what happens is that these are all numerical based electives, right? So what happens is that if there is a concept of performance management, for example, that comes in the exam that you have not studied about and you don't know the formula, then
Yeah.
it will put you in a very risky spot, right? Same thing with taxation. If there comes a concept about taxation that you did not study or you don't know of, you've never heard of it, then again it will put you in a very difficult spot on day two role. But you need to understand that on day two your elective role is very crucial.
Yeah.
The reason being that you cannot afford to miss any question from your elective role, so it is very important that you choose your elective mindfully. The third reason why I and we recommend assurance to all our students, irrespective of your background, is that assurance is a theory subject and it is also very logical. So in the similar situation, if a question comes in assurance which you have never heard of, never read about, you will still be able to make up intuitively some sort of a response to that, which can at least probably get you an RC in exam, instead of, like, in other electives where you just would have to leave the question blank. So again, it is generally, if you go out in the market, everybody would recommend you that you select assurance as your role, even if you have experience in some other departments.
And just to share a quick story about myself as well, I have had my entire experience in taxation, specifically corporate and international tax. So, a couple of reasons why a student would actually choose to go, having similar background to me, would still choose to go towards assurance because I chose assurance. So, a couple of thoughts which can come to your mind. One is that you have had your Canadian tax experience or US tax experience, which is why you want to choose tax as your elective because you think that you will be able to perform better there. Second is vice versa, that going about your tax as an elective, that will help you to do your tax in the practical world in a better fashion.
Or
And
probably,
sometimes
sometimes people choose this elective thinking that if I do choose performance management as my elective, or like Ramit said, tax as my elective, I will probably have better chances of getting a good job in that area after I clear my CPA.
But in the end, your thought process should not be stuck on as to how and in what fashion you can do the CFE better. See, in the end, your objective is to clear CFE. Your knowledge more or less is a byproduct that is coming out of you clearing the exam. But if you get all the knowledge by taking tax as an elective, say in my case, but not clearing the exam, that is also not fruitful, right? So you need to balance it out. You need to balance between knowledge and also clearing the CP. So in my case, I chose assurance back in the day, and that really helped me because I had more friends and colleagues who were choosing assurance as an elective. So whenever I had any doubt, although I did not used to work in assurance or had very limited knowledge during my internship experience about assurance, but still I was able to clear it because, as Guneet mentioned, assurance is very intuitive and logical and very easy to follow, and which was the case in the exams as well. So for all of you who are still wondering which elective they should choose, our preference would be assurance. However, if you think vice versa, feel free to reach out to us and get guidance and mentoring, and we will be happy to help you.
Thank you.
Thank you.